Hello YouTube and welcome to Full Dottle, a channel dedicated to tamping topics such as pipes, tobacco, lore, and more. I am your host, the Bearded Briarman, and without further ado, let's get lit. Welcome back everyone, and on this episode of Full Dottle, I'm going to be giving my first impressions of Cornell Diehl's 8-state Burley. This just recently came out and I grabbed up a whole bunch of it. Should be some pretty good stuff. Let me read here what the tin says. Our tribute to historic U.S. Burley growing regions. This blend of top-tier 2015 Burleys showcases the often overlooked nuance of air-cured leaf elevated by specially selected and matured varietals. This is handmade in the Carolinas with 2015 Burleys, 2005 Orientals, 2017 Bright Virginias, and 2018 Red Virginias. There's nothing on tobacco reviews just yet about this. This is a small batch. It is a very new blend, and so I have done all the research that I could into it. Haven't found any indication that it has any type of flavorings or anything like that. This is just a pure leaf tobacco. So I'm very interested to try it, find out what it's like. I did read somewhere that it might be similar to the Oak Alley, which is another one of my favorites by Cornell Diehl. I just bought an 8-ounce tin of that just recently. But as it is, let's try this 8-state Burley and see what we get. It's a little bit chilly today here in Arkansas. My fingers aren't working very well because I'm cold, not because of some sort of weather illness. It's a nice ribbon cut, loose ribbon cut. The moisture content is a lot higher than I'm used to seeing in a Cornell Diehl Burley. Whew, you get a lot of pastry sweetness out of this. Those Bright Virginias and Red Virginias come through really strong with their pastry and bready type aromas. And the Burleys with that nutty woodiness is kind of right behind that. I'm surprised that the Virginias are coming through more forward. It's got that fig type aroma. Very sweet molasses type smell. Almost like a really sweet graham cracker mixed with maple syrup. Very pleasing bouquet on this blend here. All right, let me get this jarred up and my pipe loaded, and I'll be right back with you. Alrighty everybody, so I've got my pipe loaded up, and with all of my first impressions, I am smoking it out of the AKB Meerschaum. This is a Tekken tomato shape lattice finish. You can see that the coloring here, very nice. I don't know why it's not happening around the bottom of the bowl yet, but at any rate, with time, it'll continue to color. So as we say here on Full Dottle, let's get lit. This one is a lot sweeter than I had imagined. The bright Virginias in this are coming forward very strong with a maple syrup type sweetness. I'm getting like a maple almond out of this right off of the top. The Burley's coming through with a cashew type sweetness, and they are playing with the bright Virginias to come through with a little bit of like a charred, a woody maple, a real soft wood. That sweetness is almost like a French vanilla. Really, really nice. The Virginias, the bright Virginias, are coming through with that maple and almost like a French vanilla. And then the Burleys are just underneath that with that more hearty, nutty, like a mix between an almond and a cashew with some soft woods, some maple. Picking up right at the end there, you can catch those orientals that are coming through very light. They're almost like a floral, a tart floral type flavor. Got a little gurgle going on. And I'm picking up traces of like a brown sugar and cream. In the blend, I didn't read that there was any unsweetened Cavendish in it, but I would almost bet money that there is an unsweetened black Cavendish in this. There are some black chunks in there. I'm not catching any Perique, but I am catching a very overt sweetness to this blend, which I would almost attribute not only to the bright Virginias and a little bit coming from the red Virginias, but I would venture that this has some unsweetened black Cavendish in it as well. And not just a little bit. I would say that this is a healthy dose. A very pleasant sweetness. I'm surprised by the sweetness of this. It is not like Oak Alley at all. I'm not sure, the individual that said that either hadn't tried this yet, they were guessing, or they were drinking this with a very sweet beverage that was taking away the sweetness from the blend, because this is nothing like Oak Alley. I am catching a lot of woody, mineral, heavy whipping cream, like a French vanilla whipping cream, and just underneath that is going to be like a charred softwood, a charred maple with some of those nuts coming through, a little bit of that mineral and earthy taste. And a musty quality that must be coming from the Orientals. It just offers a little bit of a sour quality to differentiate from the tartness from the Red Virginias, which is very mellow. There is the sour quality that's coming from the Orientals. Make sure I said that right. To differentiate between the tartness from the Red Virginias and the sour quality, that musty quality from the Orientals. Very, very good blend. This is an awesome blend. I'm glad I picked up as much as I did. I'm going to have to look to see if there is more. I'll definitely put in another order if there is. Believe I will do that in the interim. But during that time, I am going to smoke this down to the halfway point of the bowl. I will let the pipe rest for 10 minutes, and I'll be right back with you to give you my final thoughts. Stick around, everybody. All right, everybody, so it's been 10 minutes. I've let the pipe sit and cool. Let's light back up and see what the final verdict is on 8 State Burley, the new one from Cornell and Diehl. On the relight, the Burley comes through with the Orientals a lot more prominent than they did before. Catching a lot more oaky type, charred oak type flavor with some of that sour mustiness coming in the background. And those bright Virginias and those red Virginias are coming through with that pastry, bready sweetness. Really is just a great blend. The Burley starts to really show itself on the second half, though. Man, I really enjoy this. I went on the website on smokingpipes.com anyway. I need to check the Pipe Nook as well. Eddie Gray over at the Pipe Nook. Smokingpipes.com is out of 8 State Burley, unfortunately. I'll check the Pipe Nook and find out if they have any more left, because I would like to buy some more of this. I think I bought the Max when it came out. So, you know, it sold out pretty quickly, apparently. I had something else on my mind and I forgot. Oh, I was going to say, if you stuck with me this long on this first impressions, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Try to get those thumbs up. Comment anything down below to get the algorithm started for me. Get my name out there a little bit more. And just help the channel out. This is a really good blend, everyone. For me, I would say the takeaway is going to be, upon that first light, there is a slight topping of some sort. Most likely a very light, sweet topping, probably as much of that very sweet flavor that was coming through. I would almost want to say that it might be like a cocoa. Wasn't bad. Wasn't enough that it would cause me to feel like I was breaking my rules. I think it was just to help round the Burleys out a little bit. The main component, I mean, the main takeaway on this blend, though, is going to be the varietals used. Jeremy did a masterful job blending this tobacco. The tobaccos complement each other beautifully. Right off the bat, the bright Virginias with the white Burleys that are in this. There are both white and dark Burleys. White Burley being my favorite varietal of Burley. They offer a very sweet portion to this blend, and it comes through with a very, almost like a French vanilla cream. Very, very good. The darker Burleys come through with that more hardwood nuttiness. It's still sweet. They're playing with the white, the bright Virginias, and so you're getting like a cashew, kind of a mix between a cashew and an almond. And those Orientals, although they're a bit subdued, I think it said 2005 was the varietal that it has in there. They have mellowed quite a bit with age. However, they're coming through with that musty sourness and offering a bit of a buttery creaminess to it. Absolutely wonderful. I still say that there is an unsweetened black Cavendish in this, and I would even say that it's portioned as high as maybe even 10% of this blend. Does not take away from the blend at all. If anything, it adds to a very thick, creamy smoke, helps to round down those sometimes a little bit more poignant Burleys. So I enjoy the Cavendish in there, like with the Winter Time Reserve Evergreen. It had that black the unsweetened black Cavendish in there, and it really helped to round out that vapor. I like black Cavendish in a blend as long as it's not too overpowering, because it can become a little bit too oily and thick. But in this blend, I think it does very well. This is a 10 out of 10 from me anyway. Although I will say, my one downside to this, the Red Virginias just don't offer the tartness that I would like in a Red Virginia. From what the tin description said, the Red Virginias are the same Red Virginia varietal that they used in the Carolina Red Flake, and if you go back to my review on that, it didn't really wow me. For whatever reason, the Carolina Red the Red Virginias in the Carolina Red Flake seemed almost washed. And for me, I really like the Sutliff Red Virginias. They come through with a ton of that just almost pucker factor tartness that I really like to see in a Red Virginia. But all in all, this is an absolutely amazing blend. I wish that it wasn't a small batch, and I hope that all of you had the opportunity to order some when you had the chance. If you didn't, hopefully it'll come back around, because I would highly suggest that you guys try this. At any rate, hopefully we can do a giveaway pretty soon. I think there might be a giveaway coming up. I don't want to give out any details just in case the individual has changed their mind or they're still working on the procedure that they're going to go through for the giveaway. But keep a lookout within the YTPC for a giveaway coming up pretty soon, because I guarantee you here pretty soon some of this 8-state Burley is going to be given away on one of the channels here at the YTPC. So everybody keep your eyes open. But for now, that's going to do it for this episode of Full Dottle. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And until the next time we see each other, I bid you farewell and happy piping. Bye, everyone. Have you enlisted in the Full Dottle platoon yet? It's easy. Just click the subscribe button. Also, hit the bell icon to be notified as soon as I upload the next episode.